and we are rolling. Once we get started, I'll go full screen so you won't see all the other distractions.
Fantastic.
And let's see now. Cool. So you can see my screen, Holly?
Yeah, I can see your screen just fine.
Cool. All right.
You ready to get started?
I think we are ready.
All right. So welcome, everyone. Good evening. And we have Lou Bortone with us today. And I'm really excited about tonight because I've been harping a lot on video lately, I feel like, with our branding game participants and the people in the website design program, and it seems like pretty much we're putting videos on everyone's homepage, and it's such a great way to market yourself. I mean, we're all about putting your personality out there, getting your message out there, and video really is the best way to be very expressive and to connect with the audience, because it's kind of like a one-way street here. You're putting your information out there, but they can't really see you. So when you can actually almost talk to them, it's so much more powerful. So Lou's going to share with us tonight ways to create awesome videos. So whether or not you want to be on screen, whether or not you have sweet equipment in a studio, those kinds of things, he's going to be teaching you how to do videos easily, simply, and with branding and strategy behind it so that you guys can build really unique brands. So thank you, Lou, so much for hosting us, and you can go ahead and get started.
Thank you, and I appreciate it, Holly, and I'm especially excited and glad to be doing this because we do a lot of stuff together, and our work complements each other nicely, and it's just going to be a nice fit, so I appreciate it. And I know you probably won't admit that you're not feeling all that swell, so if you need to bow out, that's totally fine. I'll just roll with the punches. If not, if you are here and want to jump in, feel free. That's fine too. So.
All right, I'll be listening in, and I'll jump in. I'll jump in if I can. And I actually forgot to mention to everyone that Lou is a part of the Land of Brand. He is a guide, and he does work with many of our clients. So definitely comes with highly recommended.
Thanks. So what I'm going to try and do in the next 40-45 minutes or so is talk about creativity a little bit and how to tap into your inner creative genius. And I believe that everybody's creative, whether they think they are or not. And I'm going to talk about a couple of really cool ways to share your message visually. So we'll be looking at a few tools that we can use for Pinterest and Facebook, which is sort of a precursor to video. And then I'm going to also tell you how to make sketch videos and cartoon videos and animation videos very easily, how to crank out consistent video content, because it's great to do the first video, but it's really much more powerful if you do it consistently. And I'm also going to share a handful of video creation tools and websites and shortcuts. So basically my commitment is I want to give you as much info and ammunition as possible and really try and share some good content. And then at the end, of course, as is the case in a lot of these kinds of webinars, I'll have an offer for you if you want to go further and continue and learn more. But I'm going to really give you a ton of ideas and stuff that hopefully you can use right away, and stuff that's also low or no cost. So I'll just dive in because we've got a lot of ground to cover, and I'll just give you a little bit more background on me. I've actually come from the television business, and I spent many, many years in the TV business and worked on the West Coast at E! And Fox and a few other cool places back in the day. So this is my logo bling slide where I can say all the cool places I got to work. And I've been doing video marketing since before YouTube, which is hard to believe. It's only, what, 7 years or something. And my background is actually marketing and branding. So I get a lot of technical questions, and I try and keep up with that stuff. But really, I'm a marketing guy, and I do just enough tech to keep myself out of trouble, and that's about it. And I really got into online video from doing traditional video and marketing and branding and that kind of stuff. So it's really just taken off, and it's been a lot of fun. And I hope I can share a few of those tips and secrets with you over the next few minutes. So here's what video has done for me, and I really think it can do for anyone. And I know Holly gets this a lot too, but I get the old, when I go to conferences or events, oh, I see you everywhere, you're all over the place, you're so visible. And that's kind of by design, because if you create video, it's out there for you sort of as a little spokesperson doing the work for you. So you can create a lot of visibility with video. You can also create a lot of credibility and build your expert status very quickly with video. You can increase your profitability and get more and better clients, which is what we all want with video. I stayed up really late trying to think of all things that ended with ITY because I'm so into alliteration. But opportunity is another one. I get a lot of invitations and speaking gigs and joint venture partners, and many times it's because folks have seen or discovered me on video. And of course, we always talk about personality as well as we do in the branding game as well. But video is certainly a great way to do that, and it's built my know, like, and trust factor, and it can definitely do the same for you. So it's your turn. I want to talk a little bit, speaking of alliteration, all my T words, a little bit about creativity, because a lot of folks say, well, I don't really think I can do video because I'm not the creative type, or I'm just not really, left brain or whatever. And I think that everybody is creative, and if you sort of put a few tips to use and apply yourself, you can come up with a lot of creative ideas. And the first thing I suggest usually is for people to just team up and find a brainstorming partner or a creative partner that you can bounce ideas off of, and that may help to spark some of your creativity. Another way to do is to just set a timer and jot down all your ideas that you get. And I have to do this myself sometimes because I have an unbelievably short attention span. And so I'll have to set a timer and say, okay, 15 minutes, I'm just going to hunker down and do this. Another way to do it, which is what I do with my teenagers when they don't do their homework, is I tell them to just tough it out and dive in, do the work, do what has to be done, commit yourself to it, and just sort of tough it out. Yet another T word for creativity is templatize. And what I mean by that is to start with a template or a model or a guide. You don't always have to start from scratch. There are so many different templates and guides and models out there for whatever you may want to do that you can get a head start by using those. And finally, just take it, which is to just explain your own unique take on a topic. So there may be folks doing what you do, but nobody can give it the unique take that you can. So those are just a few tips for creativity. And another thing with creativity that sort of goes hand in hand with that is thinking visually. And I've got some ideas and tools for you to turn your ideas and content into images. And the reason that's becoming more important is that with social media, especially in Facebook and Pinterest, Facebook loves images. I know that if anybody's on Facebook, you're seeing more and more graphics and images on Facebook as opposed to just little text status updates. Obviously, Pinterest is built around photos, so that's good for that as well. And just generally speaking, graphics and photos are more fun and shareable. So it can give you a lot more ammunition on social media. And of course, when added to a blog, photos will help you in a lot of other ways. And I always see visuals and photos as the first step towards video content. So if you're not really doing a lot of video yet and you're sort of wading into it, this is a good precursor for that. And there are several sites that I use, several tools, most of them are free, that I use to create photo posts for Facebook or Pinterest. And again, it's just gotten a lot easier to do these kinds of graphic things, and some of these tools that I'll show you will demonstrate just how simple it is to turn those words into fun and colorful photos. So the first one that I like to use is called recitethis.com. And this is a free website that allows you to put a quote or a tip or any kind of short text blurb onto a graphic and make it look really cool and different. And they've got all kinds of different fonts and backgrounds. So basically you just type in whatever you want, whether it's a quote or a tip that you're giving somebody, or any kind of little bit of text, and you can, once you upload it to, or do it on recitethis.com, you can post it to Facebook or Twitter or StumbleUpon or Pinterest. They give you a link, they give you a way to email it to a friend. So it's just a really quick, easy way to turn your text content into a photo content. So I use this one quite a bit to post things, create graphics, and post them to Pinterest and Facebook. Another one that's similar is called pinwords.com, and obviously this one was created with Pinterest in mind. And with Pinwords, you can take your own images and overlay text on them. So if you're not really into Photoshop or you don't have all that kind of equipment, you can just take any photo and upload it to Pinwords and then put the text over it. So you can turn it into a nice little graphic. And then upload it obviously to Pinterest. You can also download it so that you can put it on Facebook and other sites as well. This is also kind of a cool thing for if you're doing blog posts and you want to create a custom photo to put in your blog post. All of these tools would be appropriate for that as well. Yet another one is called shareasimage.com, and this one is a whopping $6.99 for the Pro version, and the regular version is free. And again, this is just a way to turn any kind of quotes or quips or tips into a nice, colorful quote. And then once you've got it done, you can share it on Pinterest again, or Facebook, or Twitter. And again, rather than just putting the same old, okay, I'm going to post my text up on Facebook, it's going to pop a lot more and stand out a lot more if it looks more fun and interesting. And you can do that with shareasimage.com. The fourth way to create cool photos is called pinstamatic.com. And this is yet another free tool that allows you to create quotes and graphics and things that you can post to Pinterest. And they've got a whole little slew of tools that you can use if you go and explore Pinstamatic. Again, you don't have to download anything. It doesn't matter whether you're on a Mac or a PC. All of these tools work very easily on any platform. And last but not least, which is probably my favorite, is called Quozio.com. And Quozio is perfect for putting all those little tips or quotes onto a nice background. And if you don't like it, you can change the background or the font. They've got a whole bunch of different little backgrounds to choose from. And you simply type your text in there, and you can download it or pin it or put it onto Facebook. And I use this quite a bit for Facebook. I think I'm going to pop off the webinar to see if I can go live to Facebook just to show you what I mean by that. Let's see if we can go Facebook and go to my page. Hold on a moment. Oh, I've got the beach ball. Not the beach ball again. Okay, cool. So
dreaded beach ball.
I know. So here's one that I just put up, and it's a blatant promo for a program I have coming up. But still, I can rather than just typing this into text, I can put it on a nice background and make it look pretty. And here's another one that's a quote that I did: "Knowledge is of no value unless you put it into practice." So rather than just putting up a plain old quote, I can use Quozio or one of these other sites to just make it more interesting and make it pop on Facebook.
That's great, Lou. I've been wondering how people do that.
Mm-hmm.
It is
Quozio,
such a great way to get your message across.
Yeah, and it just, again, it pops. It lends itself to Pinterest, obviously, Facebook. I've used these sometimes for graphics or photos in my blog. Maybe there's a pull quote you can use from your blog that you want to put on here. So I kind of look at these as sort of the precursor to video, because it helps you get your feet wet, very, very easy to use, free sites, and just a nice way to have your stuff kind of pop off the page on Facebook. And I wanted to talk a little bit about content as well, because all of this stuff is content really. And in order to sort of create and crank out content consistently, you want to start with relevant, compelling content. And I always say repurpose, repurpose, repurpose. So I try and take the same content and use it on Facebook and Pinterest and maybe Google Plus, and then perhaps even create it into a video. So I'll try and use the same content in print and photo and video so that I'm repurposing and getting it out in as many platforms and sharing it across as many platforms as possible. And what I try and do is, really produce bite-sized content like you saw on Facebook that's easy to share. So a lot of times if I post one of those little graphic quotes, it'll get a lot of shares and it'll get passed on quite a bit, which is always a good thing. So my basic repurposing formula, and I think many people are sort of doing this these days, is I'll usually start with a written blog post, but I'll make sure that there's a photo component to that blog so that I can share it on Pinterest and Facebook, and then I'll go one step further and do a video version of that written blog post. So that way I get 3, 4, 5 different hits off of the one piece of content. And that sort of creates what I like to call the wheel of content. And I just go from blog post to Facebook to Pinterest. If it's a slide or a slideshow, I upload it to slideshare.net. And then I can also put it on YouTube as a video. And it just sort of keeps feeding into itself. So again, you can take the same content and repurpose it and share it across multiple platforms, because some people may see it on YouTube, other people may see it on Facebook, and it just gives your audience a chance to engage with you in different places. And it really just helps to give sort of old content new life. So I can take a video tip a written tip that I did on a blog and then add a photo to it and share it on Pinterest, and take a slide and put it on SlideShare, and on and on and on. So now I want to get into the 5 tools to help you make great video. And what I'm going to focus on for the next few minutes is sort of off-camera tools. And I love the off-camera tools and the online tools that allow you to create video without having to be on camera, because hard as it is to believe, I'm kind of camera shy and I would prefer not to be on camera. So I'm going to go through each of these sites, many of which are free or have free trials, and show you how you can create off-camera videos if you so choose. And one of my favorites that I use all the time is called Stupeflix, stupeflix.com, stupeflix.com. And the thing I like about Stupeflix is I can create photo video montages very, very easily. I can bring in photos from Facebook or from my computer or hard drive and arrange them and apply a theme, which Stupeflix gives you, that will make that video look very clean and professional. So for instance, what I'll do typically is I'll do a whole bunch of photos, and I can just these photo effects. I do that, most of them in a program, a free program called Photofunia, which is PHOTOFUNIA. So that's my secret weapon for making all these groovy photos. So there's Holly up there in the top row on a billboard. And I'll have all these photos on Facebook, so I'll pull them from Facebook into Stupeflix and add a title slide at the beginning and a title slide at the end. And I can also add musical soundtrack to it. And it just makes it very, very easy, because I can just go into my Facebook albums or photos, bring them into Stupeflix, add a soundtrack, as you can see on the top there. They've got all different genres, and just create a really nice professional looking photo montage. And if I don't like the way it came out, I can go over to the right hand side here where you see all these things that say outline, tiles, classic, etc. Those are all the styles or themes that you can use. So if you don't like the way it came out, with one click you can just pick another style, and Stupeflix will crank out your video just like that. So that's how I do all the, I do a lot of holiday videos or client appreciation videos and things like that, where I just use people's photos and bring them into Stupeflix and create a montage. Another tool that's kind of fun if you want to create videos is called powtoon.com. and this also has a free trial. And this is, you've probably seen some of these videos where the hand comes on the screen and moves things around and adds elements, and sometimes there's a voiceover or music. Powtoon is one way to do those animated presentations, and they make it very easy. You don't have to know any kind of software. There's not a big learning curve. Basically, they give you all kinds of different text or backgrounds or icons or characters, and you just simply drag it from the right side of the screen to the main part of the screen, and you can create your own little stories or cartoons or messages. So they have a couple of different plans. They've got a 14-day free trial, but they also have a plan that begins as inexpensive as $9 a month. So if you decide you're going to do a lot of this, for $9 a month, you can go in there and create all kinds of cool cartoons. And they've got different kinds of characters. There's my little guy that I put all these things he has to do around him. And on the left-hand side is sort of the timeline where you add the images, and on the right-hand side are all the icons and text balloons and all kinds of things that you can add. So you can really just, it's all kind of drag and drop, and you just create your little scenario and your little story, and Powtoon puts it all together for you. So you've got your little character. You can have him say whatever you want him to say. You can change the hand effects or the timing. You can add music to it. So there's really, it's not a very steep learning curve, and there's really a lot of flexibility and a lot you can do to create a really cool looking professional cartoon with powtoon.com. Another site that you may have heard of to create animation is called GoAnimate.com, and this is also free, or at least most of it's free. And they've got all kinds of cartoons and templates and characters that you can use to create your video, your animation video. And all you have to do is type what you want the characters to say. In this case, I have talking balloons doing a birthday message. And once it's done, you can download it, or you can send it directly to YouTube. You see the social sharing buttons here. You can send it to Google+, all kinds of cool ways you can do it. And they have all kinds of different templates and characters and settings. So the way that that GoAnimate works is most of it's free, and most of the icons are free. But if you want to add, a custom character or a third person or a certain background, some of those are reserved for the premium model. But again, there's a lot you can do for free. And if you want your characters to talk for you, you can certainly do that. So in this case here, I've got two characters that are talking about video marketing with Lou Bortone. So rather than me having to hawk my coaching or whatever, I can have my little characters tell the story. Whatever I type, they'll say, so I put the words in their mouth, and they do the little shtick for us. Apparently, they don't come with arms and legs, though, so I think that must be on the premium version. If you want your characters to have legs, then you're going to have to pay more, apparently. But really, GoAnimate is a fun and easy site to create your own little animation. Moving right along, this is just sort of an extra, an aside, because I get a lot of questions about where I get music for videos, and there are certainly tons and tons of places to find music. I just happen to use a site called AudioJungle.net. And the thing I like about AudioJungle is the music is inexpensive. It's anywhere from $4 to $15 or $20. You can type in the genre, the style that you want, and AudioJungle.net will return a whole bunch of results, and you can listen to the different music cuts and decide which one is right for your video, and simply download it after paying AudioJungle. So AudioJungle is one choice for music for your videos. And moving along, Videoscribe has become very popular, and it is a way to inexpensively do sketch videos. This is where, I'm sure you've seen these, where the hand comes on and draws things on the screen. And one of the easy ways to do that is with Videoscribe. You can basically pick from all kinds of different characters or icons or thought balloons, and whatever you type, the hand will come on and draw that on the screen. So you can use different characters or props. On the top left part of the screen, you can see where you can add text or music or voiceover. That little microphone icon is if you want to put your own voiceover on this. So again, you can create your own sketch videos and use your own characters or props or icons and create a whole story. And this is from a company called Sparkol, SPARKOL. .com. So Videoscribe, you can get Videoscribe at sparkol.com, which is a company in the UK, and I think it's about $120 or $130 a year. So if you decide you're going to do a lot of sketch videos, there is a free trial, but if you decide you like it and you want to do a bunch of those videos, it may be worthwhile to invest in that, and then you have access to it and can create these sketch videos just like that. You can tell it how long to take to sketch the picture. You can adjust the size and the way things move around on the screen. You can add music, you can add voiceover, and you can even add the type of hand that you want. You can say, I want a left-handed person drawing it, or I want them to draw with a crayon or a pen or a Sharpie. And they've got tons and tons of different scenarios and graphics that you can add to it and turn them into your own lovely little sketch videos. So here you can see some of the categories on the left. They have superheroes and characters and male characters and female characters, and on the right hand side you can see houses and cars and anything that the hand can come on and sketch for you. And at the end you've got a lovely professional looking sketch video. I'll throw in one other resource here for you, and this one is called videoblocks.com. And a lot of folks use stock photography, or they may need a photo for their blog post or something. But if you need video footage, Videoblocks is a good resource for that. And basically they have all kinds of different video clips, as well as audio clips and sound effects and special effects. So if for some reason you were doing a blog post or you were doing a video and you needed footage of a New York skyline or something, you could go and search that and pull it up, and they've got tons and tons of choices for that. And the cool thing about Videoblocks is every now and then they do a special that's for $99 a year. You can have unlimited downloads. So when they run that special, and if you get it for $99 a year, you can really build up quite a library of footage, because you can go in and literally download dozens of clips at a time. So it's a nice way to build a video clip library should you need that. And that's videoblocks.com. One other video creation site is called commoncraft.com. And these, I guess, are called explainer videos. And similar to Videoscribe, but a little slightly different style, where you've got cutouts that you can arrange on the screen, and they have different categories: technology, social media, society, etc., and different plans that you can use to create these cutout videos and decide, what goes on the screen to help tell your story or do your video. So they have basically a whole library of characters that you can use, or icons or images. So you basically just decide what you want or need, and you go in and download there. And they've got a bunch of different videos that are sort of already done for you if you decide, oh, okay, I just need a video that talks about Twitter or something like that. So they have both done for you finished videos or videos where you can create them by using the various cutouts. And their plans start at $59 a year, and for that you get 800 Common Craft cutouts for use in your presentations, up to $99 or $199 per year, depending on how much you want to use. If you want one of their ready-made videos, you probably want the $99 plan. But again, that's a lot cheaper than going out and having it custom produced. So it's a way to sort of do it yourself and help you with your lovely little cutout videos called Common Craft videos. Let me take a quick drink here and pop over to see if there are any questions. And see, nope, so far we're doing okay. And if Holly's still with us, you can let me know if there's anything on your end that we need to do.
Nope, I think you're pretty much good to go. This is all very interesting. I'm scribbling down notes and writing down all these websites.
Oh, good.
And just to remind everyone, there will be a replay, so if you can't take notes fast enough, don't worry.
Yes, and you can hear me okay, because Dory said she's cutting out, so I don't know if that's just on Dory's side or...
I haven't had any problem hearing you, so
okay.
maybe it's just your phone.
We'll go back full screen here, and I know we said we're going to show you 5 ways, but there's actually 10 because I have a few bonus ways here. And these are sort of the cool, cutting-edge little things that I discover. I have insomnia. I stay up half the night, and I find all these crazy sites. Some of these I have not explored that much, but they are very new and very cool, and you may find a use for them. And the first one is called Popcorn Maker, and this is sort of a mashup, I guess you'd call it, or a way to take existing videos and enhance or remix those. So basically you can take video content that you get on the web and add text to it, or links, or maps, or pictures. So let me see, I think I have a slide here. So basically, you know, here's a TED Talk that was Creative Commons licensed, so folks can use it and repurpose it. And within the TED Talk, if you want, you can add your own comments as text, or you can add photos, or tweets, or maps. This, I threw in a picture of my son pitching, which has absolutely nothing to do with the TED Talk, but I was just kind of experimenting to see, okay, well, what can I add to this video? What can I overlay on it? So you can see in the timeline, you can add all kinds of different layers of things that are happening, whether it's captions, or images, or any kind of little pop-ups. It's kind of like pop-up video where you control the pop-ups. So that's called Popcorn Maker. It's by the folks who do Mozilla Firefox. So it's got kind of a long involved URL, but if you just search Popcorn Maker on Google if you do Mozilla Popcorn Maker, this will pop up and you can see what it's all about. So again, just a fun way to take videos that are already done and put your own little spin on it. So for instance, somebody wrote an overlay here that says, Dr. Bo Lotto is a professor, blah, 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 in the Department of Ophthalmology, whatever that is. So you could do a wiki and say, what is ophthalmology? And you know, do a whole little thing where you go into that. So just a nice way to enhance existing videos. And you can see on the right-hand side, you can add text or pop-ups or Google Maps or images. You can cut and paste. So again, just kind of a fun tool. Another tool that I came across with another very long URL is called Galahad. And you can find that if you, again, Google Galahad video. It's done by some folks called the Shadow Gang. And they call this immersive video. And again, this is where you can basically take a video and change the ending, or let the viewer decide which way the video goes. Give them 2 or 3 options and say pick ending 1, pick ending 2, pick ending 3. And you basically give the viewer control over the path that they take in the video. So I haven't really figured out the business use of this quite yet, but I just thought it was kind of an interesting technology and an interesting way to approach video. So you can see here on the timeline, you basically organize the storyline, and based on the way you set it up, the viewer can go in and pick from several different options. So it just makes the video more interactive and more dynamic and gives the viewer control over what happens in the video. Kind of cool. Another little tool that I use a lot that's kind of fun is called Quickie, Q-W-I-K-I. And I don't know if they also have it for Android, but this one's specifically for iPhone, and what Quickie does is it takes the photos that you have on your iPhone and organizes them into groups. So if I had a whole bunch of pictures from a certain trip or a certain day, Quickie would turn those into a quick little photo montage and would add music to it and create basically an instant video, instant photo video. So you can also go in and if you don't like the way that it edited the video, you can go in and change things around or change the pictures or change the music. But it really is kind of about as instant video as you can get. So it'll go in, search your pictures, group them together, and create a very fast little photo montage right from your phone. That's kind of fun. Another one that's sort of cutting edge with another funny name is called Wibbits. And Wibbits is a text-to-video platform that turns any text-based article, post, or feed into a short video. So this is a way to turn your print blog posts or your articles into a video. And I have no idea how it does this or what the technology is behind the scenes, but basically you can create a clip from your site. So if I put in my website at loubortone.com or a particular blog post, it'll take that and turn it into a video. So in this case, it took some video tips and a crazy photo of me dressed up as Moses doing the 10 Commandments of online video. And I guess it went into that post and searched for photos and keywords and things like that and turned it into a video. So I went from a print piece into a video just by using Wibbits.com. And then it even gives you the embed code if you want to put that video on your blog. And it also does give you the ability to customize the clip if you don't like the way it came out or you said I didn't want to use that picture. You can go in again and customize it. So again, just a cool tool that'll turn text into video. And last but not least, this is a site which is actually a suite of tools, and it comes out of the world of academia and education, called CriezaEducation.com. And Crieza Education was, I believe, built with teachers in mind, but there are certainly business applications and ways for us to use it as well. And it's really kind of a whole toolbox or a suite of tools that you can use to do anything from creating cartoons to creating video or visual mind maps. So the cartoonist tool, for instance, allows you to do kind of online comics, and not unlike Videoscribe, you've got all kinds of icons or symbols that you can choose from on the right-hand side and pull it over to the screen to create basically a cartoon with thought bubbles and speech bubbles, and you can even put your own images into it. So Cartoonist is one of the tools that they have. They have an online movie editor within their suite of tools, and this is all free. And they even have this is the cartoon tool. So again, as you can see, it was created with teachers in mind, but there may be other uses for it as well. And they even have this cool thing called Mindomo, which is online mind mapping, but it is sort of a visual version of that. So you can use it to create mind map videos and put in pictures from Flickr or Google, or add clips from YouTube. So a lot of flexibility, a lot of ways to kind of experiment and get in there and do fun, different stuff. I think that's it for the tools. Oh, I have my picture of Spencer playing baseball. That's my son. And what I like to say is that what video has done for me is given me the freedom and flexibility to be able to go to his baseball games and leave the house at strange times during the day to make sure I don't miss any games and things like that. I'm going to pop over to the control panel just for a moment, just to see if there are any questions. Thank you for the info. Cool. And This is from Lissa, and she says she's feeling a little overwhelmed. So what I do, what I tend to do in these is throw as many options at you as possible, but what I should tell you is that that certainly doesn't mean you have to go out and use 8 sites or 10 sites. What I tend to do is I go through these things and I find the ones that I like and the ones that I know that I'm going to use. So for me, I use Stupeflix quite a bit, and I use Videoscribe a lot. I don't use Powtoon as much. I don't go into Creative Education, but I like to give you as many options as possible so that you can go in and explore and decide, what's right for you. And I know, there is a lot of info here. So as I mentioned at the beginning, what I like to do also is be able to offer you a way to learn more or do more, because tonight we sort of covered a lot of off-camera things, and one of the things I do is also teach, obviously, how to do the on-camera stuff. And I know sometimes folks ask, well, what's the difference, or when should I do on-camera and when should I do off-camera? And that really depends on your goals for the video. There are times when off-camera videos, like animated videos, are right for you, and there are other times when you may want to be on camera. And one of the times that's probably most important to be on camera is when you're creating a welcome video, or really, sort of the main homepage video for your site. And I know Holly and I have done quite a few of these. And the reason you want to be on camera for those is that's where you are welcoming somebody to your website. It's sort of like the first impression video, I guess you'd call it. So you want to make that connection and let your audience get familiar with you. So that's a case where you should be on camera. And I talk a lot about this in the course that I want to talk about here, which is my Video Marketing Bootcamp, which is a home study course that I do that goes into a lot more detail than we could do here just in 45 or 50 minutes. And that one is made up of 4 modules, about 4 hours of simple step-by-step training. Like this, a lot of times I'll go in, to YouTube and do a kind of a hands-on live demo. So you can watch and learn at your own pace. You can do all 4 modules at once. You can do them once a week, once a day, totally flexible. And it includes the webinar recordings, which is 4 modules, plus checklists and templates and storyboard samples, all kinds of cool things that you can download to help you create video. So if you are relatively new at video, or you want to sort of ratchet up your video activity, you may want to check this out. It's normally $297, but for the folks on this webinar right now, it's $197. And again, that's for about 4 hours of instruction that you can do at your own pace. And it's at loubortone.com/bootcamp. The thing I like about this course is it's new and it's relevant, and one of the problems with video is it changes rapidly, and which means I have to change my courses rapidly, but this one is still very relevant and recent. Here's what that course will do for you in particular. It should get you over the video hurdle so that you can market your business more effectively. A lot of people just sort of get stuck or intimidated by video, and this will get you past that. And as I mentioned earlier, it can add some sizzle to your sales, because video can be working for you 24/7 while you're not online. It can also skyrocket your visibility. I talk in the course about video distribution techniques. We look at tips and tricks for getting comfortable on camera, whereas tonight we talked quite a bit about off camera. The course includes a lot of on-camera instruction. New ways to do professional videos in minutes using free software. I showed you a bunch of those tonight, but there are a bunch more in that course. Video marketing techniques, very important. You want to put all this in context. And again, it's not to go out and use all these tools and grab as much as you can. It's really to think about your marketing strategy and find out where video can help you with that, and what specific tools you can use to help you with that. So it will help you get known as the go-to person in your niche with powerful video strategies, and most importantly, find new ways to attract more clients with videos that engage your ideal audience. And engage is sort of the key word there. So it's loubortone.com/bootcamp. and I've got some lovely testimonials that people gave me, and this was just after the first class. So I think the thing that I like about it is that a lot of folks, like I said, get intimidated by video, and this can help you get past that overwhelm, as one of the testimonials said here. So, and I do go on to websites and sort of do live on-the-fly training, which a lot of folks like, rather than just saying, oh yeah, go to YouTube and do this. I show you exactly how to go to YouTube and go to the site with you and show you where to use the sharing buttons and all that cool stuff. So it's, again, $197 for the folks on this webinar. If you go to the site, you'll see the header that looks like this, and then you scroll down and you see the Hell Yeah button, where you can get it for $197 until, when did I have this up till? Tomorrow night, Friday, April 12th at midnight. And I'm up at midnight, so I'll go on here and I may go on there and change it. But right now you can get it Bortone.com/bootcamp if you're interested in that, for the folks who want to do more. I'm going to, again, pop over to the questions and see if Jeffrey says, hell yeah, I love it, thank you. Hey, Dominic, is there a PDF of the video? Yes, I can make these slides available to you so you can see all the tools. Also, there will be a replay, so if I went too quickly or if I skipped over something that you want to take a closer look at, you can do that. Rashida says, this is amazing information, thank you. I love off-camera tools. I'm not interested in being on camera. I'm with you. There are times when you kind of have to be, but I really prefer to do off-camera stuff, and there's so many creative, fun things that you can do off-camera. So once I get that, main web video up on my site, I tend to do a lot of stuff that's off-camera, including these webinars, which can be recorded and released as standalone videos. So every time you do a webinar, you can basically have a product. Dominic's driving, so all right, pay attention to the road, and we'll send you the slides. Don't drive off the road or anything. Any other questions? I have thank you. Nice story. I love it. Thank you. Awesome. I don't know if Holly's still on or not, but
I am, and I just wanted to kind of point out that in this boot camp, you're going to show people how to use kind of the tools that you've been talking about, right? So if they're kind of feeling a little overwhelmed and not really sure where to start,
go through really quickly and say, oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. But
right.
I'll go through and look at, not all of them, like certain ones that are a little bit more experimental, like Galahad, but I'll focus on the things like Stupeflix and Animoto and some of the ones we didn't even talk about tonight that'll kind of walk you through, okay, here's how to use them, here's when to use them. It's one thing to have all these tools, but it's another one to know, what's fun and what do you want to just play with versus what can you use for your business to move your business forward? Because there are certain ones,
and really, how do you use them to
right.
express that message visually? Which I really liked in the beginning, how you were talking not just about video, but how to really take that message and make it visual. So if you're sitting here thinking, wow, this all sounds great, and where do I start? The boot camp, I think, would actually be really cool. I'm thinking about it.
Cool.
I think that the information that you have here is things that I need to be doing, and very exciting, very cool. Thank you.
Yeah, and the thing is that, obviously video is not going away. I was kicking and screaming like I don't want to be on camera and I don't want to do this or that, but, I still do tips videos. I'll do videos, like I'll batch them. Like I'll say, okay, I'm gonna comb my hair, I'm gonna get all gussied up, and I'm gonna do 8 videos today, 8 2-minute videos, and that way I have them all banked and I can use them over the course of the next several weeks. The off-camera ones are also useful because there are times when you may just say, okay, I have a cold, I don't feel good, I don't want to be on camera, what can I do? Okay, I can do a quick little Animoto video, or I can do a Videoscribe and tell the story about my upcoming product launch or something. So there are a lot of ways you can tie it back to your strategy and really come back to it that way, because it really does come down to, it's one thing to do the stuff for fun, but it's another to do it for business, and that's the way things are moving, and it's sort of like lead, follow, or get out of the way.
Definitely.
So what I'll do, Avi's also asking for a copy of the slides, and what I'll do is I'll print the PDF or save a PDF and make that available as well, so that you can go through any of these and go back and look at the links and the sites, and because we went through a lot of stuff fairly quickly. But I think that's it. Let me see. Oh, Dory says that she does do the on-camera, so she does get dressed up for the day. I have to know, like, if I'm going to do a video, like, I have to really get motivated and
I have to know the night before
it.
so that I can, like, mentally prepare myself.
Yes. And, you know, I talk also about things like lighting. The interesting thing about video is people tend to think that you need a lot of equipment or the right lighting or some, you know, really fancy stuff. And the truth is, I do the vast majority of my videos with my iPad. I just shoot them. You know this, Holly, because we did some recently. I shoot them with the iPad. I can edit them on the iPad. I can upload them from the iPad. Once in a while I use my iPhone. Other times I use my webcam on my Mac, and I just use natural light that's coming in during the day. So I'm not, you know, I don't have a gazillion-dollar studio here. I really just use the tools that I have available to me.
Right, and if the people on the call, you guys are all from the land of brands, so the videos that are on my homepage were shot in my kitchen, looking into the windows of the kitchen with just a black background behind me. It's really not too difficult.
No, and it's really more about the content. I mean, people want your message, people want your content, people want the solutions that you provide, and they're not going to say, "Oh my God, I can't believe that's in the background." Well, you know, there was one case where somebody was an organizational coach, and she had a background that was a caved-in bookcase. That didn't look very organized. But
you do want to make sure it matches your branding a little bit.
Yeah. Aside from that, content trumps quality 90% of the time. So I think that's it. I don't see any other questions. I really appreciate that you guys were here and took time out of your day or night. And I thank you, Holly, because like I said, your group is near and dear to my heart because we do so much stuff together. So thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm glad you were able to do tonight. I learned a lot, and I think everyone else did too.
Cool. Well, cool. We'll wrap up and let you get back to other stuff. And I appreciate it again. Thanks so much. And stay tuned for other cool stuff. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, Holly.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye for now.